Football is on the air. Brought to you by Breland Ford, Brothers Glass.
He decided tonight, San Ynez with a chance to win the Los Padres League title outright for the first time since 1977. And with me tonight to broadcast the game, Greg Penza, and the national anthem, Victor Darrell.
And allowed San Ynez to win the Los Padres League title. Well, we're underway. Josh Fisk on a short kick, and it's in a touch by St. Joe player. San Ynez there, but it'll be recovered by the Knights.
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce. Almost a big break there by San Ynez right off the back. That short
strike without Ali Aziz as they're a 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. And a handoff to Capon up the middle, and Capon makes a couple yards on the play. So Steve Capon
stands and eat time off the clock. They don't want to give the ball to that explosive San Ynez offense.
So 2nd down and 5, and a handoff is to Ambler, and he picks up a couple yards, and he might have got a first down, picked up enough for a first down. The other team let them show what they can do, and then they toughen up after that. So 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. And St. Joe on offense puts back to Ambler. He fumbles the ball, and it looks like Pirates recover. Haven't seen the official signal yet.
Yeah, I think it's going to St. Joe. Looks like they recovered, and boy, that would have been a beat San Ynez.
So Guzman was the ball carrier last time. He fumbles the ball and loses 5 yards. And they're going to go to Ambler. He cuts back up the middle. He gets past the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about. St. Joe had the Pirates backed up against the wall, and we'll review that later. It was 3rd down and 7. St. Joe going to pass the ball, and it's nearly caught by number 27, Justin Bealey, and getting his hand up there with Scott Chapman. And
well, that was the biggest turnaround of the game right there. That was a huge play.
So Chapman and Swanson back to receive his punt. Chapman standing in his own 25. End over end kick. And Chapman's going to let it bounce. He takes it at his own 27. Trying to get some running room, but well covered by the Knights. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pirates at their own 28-yard line. Chelsea, they both had 169. The Pirates first place in scrimmage, and it's a little movement on the line. And I think Pirates backed up to their own 23-yard line. Josh Fisk over the ball, and he hands off to Cole on the right side. Cole cuts it back inside, picks up about 3 yards on the play, and Capone, his counterpart on the other side, making the stop. St. Joe's number 4, Passo's number 5, and so the Los Padres League once again well represented. So 2nd down and 12, first back to pass. Pass is complete over the middle, but it's going to be a couple yards short down at the 35.
Travis Bollinger made that catch, and that was a real nice catch in traffic. Good contact.
Pirates on their opening possession of the night. And next week, the CIF playoffs starts. Both of these teams will be in the playoffs. Going to hand off to Pinoli. Pinoli trying to get around the corner. And a nice tackle by number 22, Ambler. And that's going to force the Pirates to punt, as it looked like Pinoli was going to be able to turn the corner and pick out a strong defense. And Pirates are going to have their work cut out for them offensively. So Ben Johnson in the punt, and he booms this one. David Young, who punted earlier this year, and Ambler is going to give the Knights good field position at the 41-yard line. So St. Joe picks up some yardage on that.
And San Ynez 3 plays and out of the first offensive series of the night.
Andrew Lopez, the quarterback for the Knights, he's 6 foot 175. And this time the Pirates swarming in there. Kevin Franzen and Ben Johnson making the stop. And Kevin Franzen had a good game last week as he was bringing down Jerome Thomas.
Bad luck for Chris. He was so excited about getting back last week, and then he hurt his foot, so really bad luck for Chris.
So 2nd down and 12. Lopez going to run the option, keep the ball, and cuts back to the mid part of the field. Finally brought down by Chris White and Ben Johnson, but not before he picked up a first down. Now that's what the scoreboard says, but they're at the San Ynez 49, excuse me. So 1st and 10 for St. Joe. And Lopez hands the ball off to number 22. That's Rocky Ambler, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. And Kevin Franzen once again in there on the stop for the Pirates.
Yeah, goes on, they get more aggressive, and they really attack the defense.
So lone setback is Ambler, and they're going to run a reverse to number 32. Penalty flag on the play, and the ball carrier is Jesse Freitas. But there's a clip on the play. It's going to come back. That was right in front of us here. Defensively for San Ynez, Russell Cole, Ryan DeJean, Kevin Franson, and Ben Johnson on that defensive line. The linebackers, Tyler Scott Chapman and Brendan Swanson. So that's a big penalty against St. Rated number 8 in the entire state in Division III from Cowhide Prep Sports. Long count by Lopez. Back to pass. He's got some time. Looking down. Got a man deep. That overthrows him. First flight on the coverage for San Ynez. Pass intended for Justin Bealey. And Lopez had plenty of time. Situation here. Third down and 24. The ball back at the St. Joe 40-yard line. Just underway here in the first quarter. No score in the game. Lopez back to pass. And Snetvic coming in there to make the stop along with Ryan DeJean.
Deep. He's ran back one this year already. A good return guy. Real good hands.
Swanson standing at the San Ynez 35, a high kick. Swanson signaling for the fair catch, fumbles the ball, but he recovers it as it bounced right up in front of him, and there were several St. Joe guys staring him in the face.
Yeah, he better hold on to that after I just got done saying he had
no score in the ball game. Handoff to Pinoli, his first carry of the ball game, and Pinoli's into St. Joe territory. Ball be marked. Not quite as cold as it was last week, but still pretty chilly here at San Ynez, and it's a clear night. We're expecting rain all week, but it's been clear. So it's a second down and 4 for the Pirates, their own 49-yard line, and Fisk trips and falls down. He was going to run a draw play there. He trips, and it's going to bring the
home crowd for San Ynez. We've had some good crowds this year.
Should be home again next week in CIF. So Fisk back to pass, big rush by St. Joe, and he just throws this one away. And
one stop at Sullivan Pets is all it takes, and you know they really do have it all. Cages, vitamins, aquariums, feed supplies, exotic birds, reptiles, small animals, and everything that goes with it. So visit Sullivan Pets soon in the Nielsen Shopping Center in Sullivan. Call 608-9977.
It was almost lost by St. Joe, but they recover it. And almost a big break there for San Ynez, and St. Joe will take over from the their own 34-yard line with a minute 56 left to play here in the first quarter, and no score so far.
Well, it's up 5, so it's going to be a second down and 5. And you hate to think that and 68 yards against San Ynez last year, and it's just a real shame. And I was talking to head coach Ken Gruendyk this afternoon. He was saying that San Ynez, besides beating Tascadero, they were really looking forward to playing Aziz again and stopping him.
Yeah, he's a great back, and that's a tall order. You kind of contain him, hopefully, but he's tough to stop.
So first and 10 for the Knights at the ball at their own 46-yard line. Pitch to Guzman, and Scott Chapman's hog ties him over on the far side, just sort of stands him up and finally pushes him back. Well, I guess and St. Joe's got to be real happy that they're still right in the ball game. Capon's going to carry the ball for the Knights right up the middle. And at 2:55, he's tough to bring down, and he's much
going on. And it's just the way St. Joe would like to play it. If you talk about the way they'd want the game to go, and this is probably the way they'd like it right now.
Third down and 2. Capon picking up 8 yards on that play. And the pitch to Guzman. And we'll wait to see where the spot is. It was a third down play, and Guzman picks up enough yardage for a first down. We want to say hi to Martha Harris. She's a fiancée of, maybe that's why San Ynez is playing uneventful. She's not here to. So 11 minutes to go here in the first half. No score in the game. Capon, the ball carrier again, and this time he gives Benny, Harry Snetvic a ride. Snetvic just jumped on his back and. Okay. Well, you can just about figure they're going to run almost every time. Pitch to Ambler, big hole on the right side, spun around and finally dragged down, but he's going to be close to another first down. So Pirates are giving up most of about 2 passes, but they've held on to the ball. And they're going to go to Ambler, and Ambler picks up a couple yards on the left side. So
ball right down their throat right now.
second down and 7. The ball at the Pirates' 29-yard line. And trying to get around the corner is Guzman. But there to make the stop is number 58, Snekvik. So they're like, they bend, but they don't always break. So we're under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. No score in the game. Capon, the ball carrier. And Capon trying to pick up those 3 yards for a first down. We'll see where they spot the ball here.
It's going to be real close, and let's see, he might be about a half a yard short.
So that brings a little life to the Pirate crowd here. The ball at the Pirate 22-yard line. St. Joe going to gamble here. Handoff to Capon. He lost the ball, Greg. It's a fumble. And a fumble. Capon was hit right as he got the handoff. And Ben Johnson comes up with a fumble recovery for San Ynez. Johnson, who's blocked 2 kicks this year, and likely the ball.
No, he never had it. The handoff was a little bit low, kind of right down there, right there in the midsection. He just lost the ball right away.
So pitch to Pinoli, and Pinoli cuts inside, breaks a couple tackles, and picks up about 5 yards. Now, Alan Pinoli is second on the San Ynez Davidson with 23 touchdowns in one season. And at the second down and 4 for the Pirates, they're going to send Pinoli to the other side, and Pinoli trying to get some room, steps over Cole, and he should have a first down. Pinoli showing that speed that he's had.
Seeing is they need to take advantage of it and move the ball down the field themselves here.
So first and 10, the Pirates at their own 31, and they try to go to the middle part of the line, but nothing doing for Russell Cole.
Well, they're setting up that option to the outside, so they're going to, you'll see it, they'll come back to that.
Well, that's Kevin Grande, right, Forteus is to set up one play with another play. St. Joe showing blitz here, Chris back to pass, dumps it out to Cole, wide open, one-on-one with the Capon, and Capon drags him down. And it's going to be a third down and about 3. So the 2 big men in a one-on-one matchup, and Cole sneaking out the...
Almost picked up the first down here.
So third down and 3, Cole, a leading receiver for the Pirates. Santinez going to call Pinoli's number, dodges one man, and picks up the first down. So it's starting to get a little more lively out there. Russell Cole out there blocking downfield, and it's amazing when you see Cole. He gets, you know, not done much here. This time they line up with Pinoli in the slot, and Dolfo on the right side. And they hand off to Pinoli, and he's got some room to the outside, turns the corner, picks up the first down, trying to get down the sidelines, and finally knocked out of bounds. And the Pirates that time faked the ball to Russell Cole, and the St. Joe defense a bit.
They've had some good field position to work with here, and we've only got 5 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the first half. So first time they've had an opportunity to get it down here.
First and 10 for San Ynez at the St. Joe 41, hand off to Cole, breaking tackles, and Cole down to the 35, picks up 6 yards on the play.
Well, that's a real nice run by Russell, and all the way
in the second quarter. Right now, I think Pirates would be happy just to put a touchdown up on the scoreboard. Chapman's put out wide to the right, Gandolfo to the left, long count by Fisk, fakes the handoff to Pinoli, big rush. Fisk throws it towards the end zone, he's got Chapman, and Chapman makes the grab, and he's in for the touchdown. So Scott Chapman, I think he better go out for the basketball team, Rich. We've seen him go up a couple times, and St. Joe player down on the play, number 85, went up with Chapman. We don't have an 85 for St. Joe, but Chapman out-jumped him and made the catch. The Los Padres League and won the Los Padres League championship. He was a girls player. Bad snap over the head of Gandolfo. Fisk picks it up, throws it complete to Richelli. So Richelli's going to be brought down at about the 14-yard line. So a bad snap.
Price. All sizes at the lowest price of the year. You can save 20 to 50% on all athletic shoes. Great brands like Reebok, LA Gear, British Knights, Adidas, Winter, and more. And get our lowest price ever on the Kenmore Ultra Wash 3 dishwasher. Just $3.95. You save $105. Sears Veterans Day sale ends Saturday. Come celebrate the savings now.
At their own 20-yard line, march the ball 80 yards, and Scott Chapman scoring on a touchdown pass as Lopez back to pass, going deep, And he's got a strong arm, Rich, but he's not very accurate at all. Okay, Pirates second down and 10 for the Knights at their own 15-yard line. And they're going to hand off to Ambler on the right side, and Ambler's going to only pick up a couple yards. So Pirates might, well, they got plenty of time, 3:54 to go here. We had to go overtime.
Yeah.
So extra points played a lot in last year's season for the Pirates. Lopez back to pass again, and this time it's complete, and that's going to give St. Joe a big first down at their own 22-yard line. So Lopez out to turn the ball back over to San Ynez before the half. Well, we're just under 3 minutes to go. Pirates leading 6-0. Pitch to Ambler, and Kevin Franzen shooting the gap. Throws him for a 2-yard loss. And boy, Franzen's really come on here, Rich, in the last
team that every week they're stepping it up a notch, and you got to have that.
So second down and 12. Lopez back to pass again. Plenty of time. Going deep and incomplete. Swanson back there for the Pirates, along with Chris White.
You've seen it. It's very effective when Josh can get back there in the pocket, sit there and throw the ball. They're very effective and can move the ball real well.
So big play here, third down and 12. They run a draw play to Ambler. He's got some room to the outside. Cruz comes up to make the stop, and Ambler is going to be very close to a first down. Now there's a penalty flag on the play, and I think it's going to be a late hit against San Ynez. So, yep, it's going to be against the Pirates, a late hit. And I think Ambler picked up enough for the first down anyway, so that's going to give the Knights a first down, and they're going to be in San Ynez territory with that as it comes right after the play. So it's going to be first and 10 for the Knights at the Pirates' 47-yard line. And
so that's a big play right there to pick up the first down and then get the penalty on top of that. And it's going to take the time off, so St. Joe probably won't have to turn the ball back over to San Ynez now for sure with only 2 minutes left. San Ynez may get it back with about 30 seconds left.
Well, that's if they can stop the Knights. Lopez trying to run the option, keeps the ball, but he doesn't fool
for the end of the a little bit better game.
So third down and 7 for the Knights. The ball at the Pirate 44-yard line. And they're going to pitch the ball back to Ambler. He's trying to get around the corner, and he lowers his shoulder. And a little bit of a mismatch when Ted Cruz comes into the season as second string, and he's worked his way into the starting lineup. Handoff to Capon up the middle, and Capon goes nowhere. He's tough to bring down. He might have picked up a yard or two, so it's going to bring up a fourth down. And there's going to be a timeout on the field. No, I guess not. The referee. Back to live action. St. Joe gambling on a fourth down and inches. Goes for it. Rocky Ambler, the ball carrier, that has in the shotgun formation. Couple of St. Joe players trying to get off. Penalty flag thrown. Fifth back to pass. And he's going deep. He's got Swanson makes the reception and steps out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. But let's wait and see what the call is here. So St. Joe had... So Pirates going to line up in the shotgun again. And Fisk, plenty of time down the middle. And a nice try by Bollinger just off his fingertips. And that's going to be at home again. And that's rather nice. That'll be the fourth week in a row that the Pirates will have had a home game. So second down and 10, penalty flag on the play again. San Ynez leading 6-0. Very lackluster first half for San Ynez. Fisk goes underneath the call. He's got some room down the far sideline. Lowers his shoulder and gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. And that'll bring up a third down and about 5 for the Pirates as they pick
Warren and Solvang for Athletic Footwear.
12-yard line. So maybe that'll get the Pirates going here, as Chapman very disappointed that the run was called back. And a quick pitch to Pinole. He's got some room to the far side. Tries to make a cut, but a good defense by the Knights, Rich. You know, you just can't fool them. You know, they give you pursuit from sideline to sideline, and Capon coming up to make the stop for the Knights. He had his number, and Pinole did not get, I think he had 40-some yards. So Fisk back to pass, big rush. Eludes one tackler, tries to get some yardage, and St. Joe trying to strip the ball from him. Not making very good tackles, but Capon coming up to make the stop along with number 72 for the Knights. And
Time to better use. Call Glenn Grant, certified public accountant. He'll tell you how he can straighten it all out for you and keep you on top of your finances, not to mention saving you all that hassle and extra time. Glenn Grant, certified public accountant. Call 688-7726.
while the Pirates on a 3rd down and 4, Fisk trying to pass the ball, and boy, Rich, he just... As they have Ambler back to receive the punt, he's standing at his own 45-yard line. Ben Johnson into punt for St. Inez, and a booming kick. And number 85 for St. Joe's going to take the kick, but Bollinger down to make the stop, along with Chris White and Brendan Swanson. We don't have an 85 in our program for the Knights. And we talked to Wayne King. He's the first year at St. Joe. Dave Burnell, whose son is playing for the Green Bay Packers right now. And Rob Buchanan, who used to coach a few years ago for the Knights. So
He's a former head coach.
right. So they've got 3 head coaches. Run the option this time to Ambler and to Guzman, and coming up to make the hit is Cruz, but the Pirates tackling high, and Lopez running the option to perfection. He drew the linebacker, but he made a pitch to Guzman, but it's going to be a face mask against San Inez here.
Well, Cruz made the saving tackle there, because if Cruz doesn't come in and slow him up, he's got all kinds of room to the outside, and he goes for a touchdown. So Cruz slowed him up, but the face mask is going to put it at a 15.
One of the premier kickers in the Los Padres League last year. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. They run the ball to Capon, and Capon maybe a couple yards up the middle there. Russell Cole in on the stop force. Been frustrated here in the start of the second half. So 2nd down and 7. They're going to go to the left side, pitch to Ambler, and coming up to make the hit, number 57 for the Pirates, that's Benny Mertz.
He picks up some good yards. He really got to give the end zone the first half and fumbled.
So 3rd down and 3 at the Pirate 19. Lopez running the option to Ambler, and Ambler picks up the 1st down. And the Pirates have had trouble with that option all night as Cole making the stop. But a lot of ball games, and they've gone with Mota, their 2nd-string quarterback. So St. Joe knocking on the door here. 1st and 10 at the 13. They hand off to Ambler, and Ambler goes nowhere. The ball at the 12-yard line. Pirates up 6-0. They pitch to Ambler. He cuts inside, still on his feet. And it looks like he's at about the 5-yard line. 3rd down and 2 at the Pirates' 6-yard line. Lopez over the ball. Quick pitch to Ambler, and shooting the gap for the Pirates is Russell Cole. Guzman, the ball carrier. And Cole tackling Guzman for about a 2-yard.
Service after the sale. And while you're there, ask about the super deals you get on the remaining 1994s and stuff. Rio Vista Chevrolet is truly a full-service dealer, geared to fast, efficient service. Remember, it's the service after the sale that counts. Rio Vista Chevrolet on Highway 246 in Buellton.
Remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Rich, the last couple games, the Pirate offense just has not gotten an onside kick or kicks it into that no-man's land here. And they got to be a little fired up as they're still in the game. But Hernandez kicking it away. He's going to Chapman. Chapman will take it at about his own 20. And Chapman dancing around, but St. Joe fired up, nails him. And
If they're going to come out and throw the ball here, we're going to try to mix it up a little bit more of a balanced attack.
so 1st and 10 for the Pirates at their own 31-yard line. They hold on to a 6-3 lead here in the 3rd quarter. Hand off to Pinole. And Pinole trying the middle of the line. Joe Farrar.
Real solid up the middle there. They got some big guys in the defensive line, and they've got real good linebackers with Keith Capon right there, and he does a great job.
So a 2nd down and 8 for the Pirates. Spinelli's going to try the right side, and St. Joe's right there to push him back. No gain down now in the middle at linebacker. So a passing situation here, 3rd down and 7. The Pirates at their own 34-yard line. Chapman split out wide to the left. And Fisk on a quarterback keeper. Looks like he picked up the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball.
It's going to be about 3 yards. Get those linebackers flying back, read and pass right away.
So Rocky Ambler back at his own 25. No rush at all by the Knights. And Johnson with a high kick. Good coverage by the Pirates. And the ball's fumbled, but it bounced right back up into the hands of the St. Joe player, number 85. And the Knights will take over at their own 20. Might have a chance to fill the air with footballs here as St. Joe going to take over. And they hand off to Capon, but Capon pulled down by Franzen right at the line of scrimmage. Also in on the stop, Ben Johnson. So at their own 20-yard line, then they took it in for a touchdown. So Lopez on the draw play, hand off to Ambler, and Ambler just plugging away. He's about to the 20, he's at the 38-yard line, and that's going to bring up
a big back like that, especially a dominant player the way he was.
3rd down and 1, the ball at the St. Joe 39-yard line, and they're going to quick pitch to Guzman, trying to cut up, and he eludes a couple San Ynez tacklers, and I think he's going to be pretty close. We'll have to see where they spot the ball. Looked like Guzman was going to be tackled for a couple-yard loss, but he made a nice cut.
So this is a big decision here for St. Joe on 4th down, and they're going to be about a yard short, or about a half a yard short. If you go for it here and you miss it, you're going to give Sandy Nick right here. Are they going to come out and just try to get you to jump offside?
Well, I think that's what they're going to try and do because they took a lot of time here. So Lopez with a long count, and that's what he did. He was going to try and drop the Pirates offside. Now number 32 thinks that maybe...
Yeah, he did. Pirates jumped offsides there. It didn't look like anybody did.
Well, that must have been a slight movement. I was watching that line, too, time because they took a lot of time. We're down to under 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Pitch to Ambler, and Ambler's nailed by Vinny Mertz. So the Pirates right now, they haven't played this flat since we saw them play Nordhoff in the 2nd game of the year, Rich. Knights line up in an I formation, and Lopez has got the cleanest jersey out there for the Knights. He's as white as it when he first put it on. Hands off to Capon, and Capon picks up another first down. And right now, St. Joe's in field goal range here, Rich. As they're at the Pirate 32-yard line. Hernandez, what the Knights wanted to do is get that ball, grind out the yardage, as we're under 11 minutes to go in the ball game. Lopez going to keep the ball, and this time he's popped by Ben Johnson, and he's pushed back.
So that's the kind of defensive plays we're used to seeing around.
The stops, he had a lateral to David Heil, and Heil hit Alan Pinoli at about the 50. It went 97 yards, and the Pirates tied the game. Lopez back to pass, got a man open, complete, and he's in for the touchdown. So St. Joe takes the lead, and that brings their fans to their feet. And a clutch pass by Lopez as he hit number 21.
That's going to have to get another touchdown if they want to win this football game.
Big rush by the Pirates. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 9:49 remaining in the game, Pirates trail 10-6. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. Win the Lost Pirates League title right now. Chapman takes the kick at his own 16, heading up the middle of the field.
He's got a hole.
And he returns it to the 40, so the Pirates will have good field position. And right now, Rich, we were talking during the break, able to hold on to the ball and grind out those yards. So the Pirates, they got to get on the scoreboard here, and you can feel a lot of tension in the crowd right now. Hand off to Bill Fisk, keeps the ball in the option. He picks up the first down. And that's the first time I think the Pirates have run the option tonight.
Well, they ran it earlier, following Josh and being that pitch man there.
So first and 10 for the Pirates at the St. Joe 46-yard line. 10-6 the score. Hand off to Pinoli, and he goes nowhere. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he might have lost a couple yards on. So we lose 3 at second down and 13. The ball moved back to the 48. Fisk back to pass. Big rush. Steps up in the pocket. He's got some pursuit from the outside. Trying to get to the sideline. And a penalty flag thrown in at the end there. And I think it's going to be a late hit against the Knights. There's Capon coming over and putting a hit on Fisk. And I think face mask. So Fisk only gained a couple yards on the play, and boy, St. Joe's got speed to the outside, which you just cannot turn the corner against them.
Now they show a lot of team quickness, and their defense is playing a lot better than I expected them to play. I didn't expect them to play so well tonight, and people were talking
up the first down, and that's a break for St. Inez. It's at the 15-yarder. Pirates will have a first and 10 at the 29-yard line. Hand off to Cole on the right side. And Cole picking up about 3-4 yards on the play. He's going to bring up a second down. So St. Inez 8-1 on the year. St. Joe 7-2. Pirates perfect in league. Pitch to Pinoli. Pinoli trying to get around the corner, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. So we've been saying it all night. The Knights have been stringing out the play.
Down, out of field goal range, and not a good spot to be punting the ball. They'll definitely be going for it here on fourth down.
So third down and 7. Fisk over the ball. He's got Pinoli and Cole in the backfield. They're going to run a reverse to Swanson. Swanson trying to get around the corner. Breaks a couple tackles, but I don't think he made it. He's not even close. So it's a fourth down. So St. Inez, who has done it.
We're thick and cold. Try the Big Bopper. A full 1/2 pound of ground beef, 2 slices of cheese served on a sourdough bun.
Get burned deep, and St. Joe, they're going to go deep again before this game's over.
Well, passing situation here, third down. Lopez back to pass. He's going over the middle. Pass complete, and that's going to give the Knights a first down. It's a slant route, number 27, Justin Bealey. The reception, and we have a penalty flag on the play here.
And I think it's against St. Joe. I missed the initial indication.
Well, I think there was a little extracurricular activity with Jesse Freitas, number 32, and somebody for San Ynez after the play was over.
So I still haven't seen what they've called.
Well, they're calling it a complete pass and a first down, so apparently no flag on the play. Yard line, the clock's running, 4:10 to go in the ball game. Pirates up 14-10, and St. Joe going to work the middle of the line. Capano 6 up in San Luis Obispo.
Well, big game tonight, one of the biggest games in the county tonight.
So a 2nd down and 5. The Knights at their own 47. They try a little razzle-dazzle. They hand off to Ambler, and Ambler up to the 45, or excuse me, up to about the 50. That's going to put him a couple yards short. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, 3rd down and 1.
And could be a team we'll have to see again. Atascadero or Paso Robles in the playoffs.
Well, big play here. 3rd down and less than 1. And it doesn't look like he made it. And it's going to bring up a, well, no, they give it to him. Forward progress. It looked like he didn't break the plane for the first down. He had a yard to go. But that gives the Knights a first down, Rich, and they're got a first down at the Pirates' 47-yard line. So
this will make you nervous here as they're getting the ball across midfield, and they're definitely in striking distance, and they've got the ability to go deep.
So first down, and they're going to run the option. Fumble on the play, and Ambler able to recover. He got a bounce, and it popped right up to him. And Ben Johnson, he's been playing that option just like you should. And he came up and popped Lopez, but Lopez able to get the ball away.
For San Ynez, 2nd down here, and 15 for the Knights.
Clock, we're under 2 minutes to go. Pirates up 14-10. Lopez back to pass. Got a man open, and it's complete. Very close to the first down. Scott Borsch makes the reception, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They have not signaled in the sideline, so we got 1:37 remaining in the game. Pirates up by 4 points. St. Joe at the San Ynez 38-yard line. 3rd down and less than a yard to go. Lopez on a long count, some movement and a penalty flag. Let's see what the call is. Well, that's a big penalty there. Now it's 3rd down and 6 for the Knights.
Everybody behind you. The DB's got to keep everybody in front of him.
Ted Cruz and Chris White got their work cut out for him. Lopez find somebody to throw it to, and he sort of throws the ball downfield. I don't know who the intended receiver was. And Cole was giving Lopez a chase as he went from the far side of the field to the opposite side, and Lopez just threw the ball away. I don't know, I guess in high school football, they weren't very strict on intentionally grounding, but there was nobody within 20 yards. Down and 6 for the Knights. They're at the Pirate 43-yard line. 1 minute exactly to go in the ball game. Lopez back to pass. Big rush by the Pirates. He fumbles the ball, and it's recovered. Well, it's recovered by St. Joe, but it'll be Pirate ball. And the Pirates gambling. Brendan Swanson shooting the gap. And Russell Cole and Lopez got spun around back there. So once again, Rich, when the chips are on the table, the defense came through for the Pirates.
Well, big defensive effort there. Right, since 1977, and to win it this year, undefeated through the Los Padres League. Beginning of the year, we didn't even think it could happen. We thought for sure everybody was going to have a loss again, but it looks like they're going to wrap it up here, and they'll just have to take a knee here.
So Fisk over the ball, and he drops to his knee. We're under 35 seconds to go here. Pirates are going to pull it out, and boy, Rich, you just got to give all the credit in the world to St. Joe. They came in here a determined ball club, and they played 6 to go.
Oh, yeah, so they get it.
Now, this is really going to hurt them, although... Okay, we're back here live, and Fisk was going to take a knee. Number 44 trying to make a hit, Manuel Munoz, and Russell Cole just knocked him to the turf.
Well, he